Hi, and welcome to another episode of
Abnormal Exchange.
Yes. You said it right this time.
I really did, though. I really did. That was good stuff. Hola, prima.
Hola, prima.
Hola.
Hola. So today is, and it's funny because we will be uploading our episodes primarily on Thursday. And the great thing about Thursday is that it rhymes with JERS-day.
Joyzy.
No. Oh, I hate Joyzy.
Joyzy.
So every once in a blue, we're going to dedicate one of our episodes to a story that bases out of our home state, New Jersey.
Yeah. Which there's so many. And this one, you know what's crazy? We've been there how many times?
Oh, this is a place we literally grew up in.
Definitely.
Like, literally grew up in.
We were like there like every other day.
Yeah.
Seriously. And I have never, ever heard this story before. I didn't. And it's crazy because like didn't read it in the papers. You didn't hear about it, you know, and
no, even our parents never had stories.
But that's
about
what I'm saying. That's weird.
Strange.
Which is that's a huge thing. Like everybody loves telling. Look, you know, sits around the campfire, especially because we had a lot of bonfires, and like tell scary stories. And like you know, you've heard the Jersey Devil, which we've done, and you've heard just so many different stories from Jersey. And I've never heard of this one until recently on Facebook.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh my God, we have to research this because this is freaking insane.
It's freaking insane because,
Saturday.
What we're talking about is Round Valley Reservoir.
Yeah.
Okay. And this apparently is known as the Bermuda Triangle of New Jersey.
Crazy, right?
Crazy.
Like,
and it really is because we're going to get into this.
Yeah. It really is crazy because there is just people try to make sense of it. And certain things you're like, okay, yeah, that's explainable. And then other things you're like, okay, well, what about this? Because that still doesn't make sense. If one thing makes sense, the other thing is not going to make sense.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because it's wild. It's something that we went to as a kid. And we swam in these damn waters, dude, that like...
Yeah, we swam in the waters of the reservoir.
And that's what I don't understand. When they say that it's that cold, I don't remember it being that cold.
I don't remember either.
But at the same time, we didn't go in the fishing spots.
And also, kids don't care about cold water.
Exactly, that is true.
Like, our lips would have been blue. We would have been, we're good, we're staying in.
Yeah, but you know, I went there recently. So, okay, so the whole story.
So let's give a little background on the reservoir. So the Round Valley Reservoir, it's in Clinton Township, which is in Hunterdon County.
Yeah, is it in Lebanon?
Well, Lebanon is part of Clinton Township.
Yeah. I think it's Lebanon.
It's all part of that
exactly,
area. So Clinton Township is a few different areas that are kind of like merged.
Didn't you used to live there years ago?
My dad used to live in Clinton.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
and this place is huge.
It's massive.
It's massive.
Yes, it's a massive 2,300 acre reservoir.
That's big, dude.
Yes, built in 1960, so it's really not even that old.
When I first started reading about this, I'm thinking like at least 1700s.
Yeah, but think about all of this history has gone down in the last like
60 years.
60 years, yeah.
That's insane. Like all this amount of crap that's happened has happened in less than 60 years. That's nuts.
Yeah. So basically in 1960, the Water Authority created these dams that then flooded a huge valley.
To provide water for Central Jersey.
Which is the reservoir.
Exactly.
Before that, they say it was a farming community. Yeah. I don't know about that. I don't know if
nobody really knows what's there because there's not much information we can find.
Maybe it was a farming community that was built on top of something else.
Which that's what we really think. That's why so much is going on. But there's not much you can find out about it because that whole area is very, back in the day, Jersey, all of Jersey really was farming. If you think about it, that's why we were called the Garden State because a lot of Jersey was farming area. Yeah. You know, it still is, exactly. But was there something there before all that? I really think so. Yeah. I think that's why there's such bad juju, again with that word juju. Juju. I think that's why.
So either way, that's what it is now. It's a reservoir now. So they say the deepest parts go up to 180 feet deep. And because
which is pretty deep for a lake.
It's very deep. Yeah. And it has natural reproducing trout,
which is awesome. A lot of our lakes, and it's a man-made lake. A lot of our trout in New Jersey are not natural. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I only know that because my husband and my father are like avid trout fishers. Like every time it's trout season, it's like all hell breaks loose and they have to hit every spot that like, you know, stocks. And it's crazy because, you know, I remember growing up, they would stock, but now it's like that's like only the only way you're going to catch trout is if it's stocked. You know, so that's pretty cool to find out that it's natural, reproduce. They reproduce on their own there, which is really cool.
Yeah. So, and it is also a state park.
Fact.
Fun facts. Yeah. So it is a state park, and with that, there's
it's protected.
Yeah, it's protected. There's also a lot of stuff to do there. There's like trails. You can go biking. You can go boating. Do they do scuba there?
Yeah. It actually said that there's like a place there. I read that. I don't know. People have done it, but there's actually a facility on the property that does that. They do horse riding. There's a beach that you can actually go to and swim. That's like, it's like, I actually went there. Remember, I was just telling you about that. I actually went there in July with a couple of my friends and my kids and their friends. I'm honestly, I'm not trying to be like bougie, but I'm not a lake person to swim in. It's just not my thing.
No, we're beach hos.
Yeah, we're
ocean
definitely hosers. We're ocean hosers. It's just, I don't know. It's just not my forte. But anyways, we went up there and it's huge. It really is. And it's nice. To me, it was crowded and it just wasn't the way when we were younger. You just swam anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, I remember swimming there tons when we were kids.
We went fishing. Now everything is
I haven't been there in years.
Oh, God. But that's what I'm saying. Until I went there, that was the first time I had been there since I was a kid. But when we were younger, we would swim right where we fished.
Yeah.
Now you can't do that. Right. Now everything is, regulated, tapered off, and everything is, you have to be careful because of lawsuits and such. So,
but it's still, they still advertise it, I guess, and it's still known as a place to go,
for recreation.
For recreation.
Yeah.
Have
you
fun.
Have camping
go
there
fishing,
still.
go camping, So, and on top of all those fun things, there's also 26 cases
of missing people.
So
that's fun.
Since the early 70s.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of them are solved now.
Some of them still are missing.
But I think there's about 6 or so that are still unsolved. And
they still haven't found
even
them.
the ones that are, I say, quote unquote, solved, that just means that the bodies showed up years later, sometimes like decades later.
Yeah, which is insane. The whole theory is that, these are mostly people that are not hikers or anything like that. It's always with the water, of course, right? So like they're either fishing or they're kayaking or canoeing or diving or something to do with the water, and they always go in and don't come out of the water, and they drowned, of course. But the theory behind it is it's weird because
weren't some of the people just found recently? I feel like this is what brought it up.
That's what it was. Believe it or not, they actually found a guy most recently. I saw it on Facebook. That's why I remember I'm the one who told. I was like, Kim, holy crap, we gotta look into this. This is wild. I've never even heard of this. They found a man that was missing for I'm not going to say because I'm not 100% sure, but it was a while. And when they found him, he was in full tack. I don't mean to laugh, but he had his freaking sunglasses on, dude. And you're not talking like he drowned and went and disappeared a couple months ago. We're talking years, like a decade or more.
Wow.
And when they found him, he had his sunglasses still on. He looked like don't get me wrong, he still was decomposing, but at the same time...
But he had his sunglasses on.
He had his fucking sunglasses on, dude. That's not normal. That's the first thing that's going to come off in the water. My sunglasses come off when I'm driving, okay? Yeah. If you're going to fall in the water, that's numero uno that's going to go. And they found this guy in full tack. His clothes were still on, his boots were still on, his freaking sunglasses were still on.
And if you were wondering, his sunglasses were still on.
I'm not sure, were they?
The sunglasses were on.
I think they were, but
it is wild though. Honestly,
when I read that, that's the first thing I was like, get the fuck, no way, dude, no. Sorry.
I never wear my sunglasses when I go to the beach, and we barely go in the ocean. We go in, but not that far in, because I know that the second any not even a wave, even the break touches my foot, my sunglasses are flying off my face, and they're gone forever. I will never get them back.
So this guy was fishing, and I think he was by himself completely, or maybe he was, I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember. I read the whole article and I can't even remember it. But the only thing that stuck out to me was the damn sunglasses. I was like, what the fuck?
You just cannot get past.
I couldn't get past the sunglasses. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But seriously. And then I was like, wow, that's a weird case. And then I start reading and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? This isn't the first time. This isn't a once in a lifetime thing. This happens all the time. They disappear and they are never found, or if they are found, they're preserved. They're preserved
Because the water is so cold.
Exactly. You know?
Well, that's what they're saying.
But that's what they're saying. That's the scientific theory to it, is that these people are going fishing or canoeing or whatever it be. They're capsizing. And then because the water is so cold, even in the spring and summer, that their body goes into hypothermia and they freak out. And then also they said that there's like an optical illusion that the shore, like the way that the fishing area and like the canoeing area is, the shore seems like it's closer than it is. So it's like an optical illusion. So you start like trying to swim and you're not getting any closer. But so like you freak out.
There's just too many cases though. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
20-something cases since the early 70s.
A witness that said she saw someone capsize and he was trying to get back into, he was canoeing and he was trying to get back in, but he couldn't. Almost like something was pulling him in, like something was holding him in. And they say, oh, the water's too cold. Now, look, I was just there in July, right? Yeah. I went into the water. Water was fine. Now, hence, yes, where I was a lot shallower.
Well, the deeper areas are going to be colder.
Of course.
But
the water wasn't any different. I'm sorry. To me, I feel like there's a little bit more to this, especially when these guys are disappearing. Like, okay, so the scientific theory to this is that the water's so cold, they freak out.
It stuns them.
And it stuns them. And they can't get back in the water. Because every time people go missing, they find all of their stuff, but not their bodies. They find their, fishing gear and even their, vests and stuff, but not their bodies, which I find weird. If something's going to go missing, everything would go missing. And it's not like, oh, okay, well, then they say, well, because it's so cold, the bodies aren't going to float. It's not going to produce the gases, correct? Right? Well, my thing is, okay, and I could dig that, but that keeps them preserved. That's not going to keep I understand the bodies aren't going to float, but what about when they used a sonar and divers and they even used some like insane machine.
Yeah.
And they still didn't find any bodies. And then all of a sudden,
bodies pop up
randomly. They start popping up. Like one of them.
When they're not being looked for.
Like,
So I just want to say too, what is the common thread here with all of these disappearances? I mean, people fish there all the time. People swim there all the time. So what are the common occurrences with these disappearances that's happening?
Is that the bodies, when they disappear, the bodies are never able to be found.
Right.
Like they scour. And it's not like, you're not talking the ocean, okay? The ocean is one thing, right?
It'd be impossible to find someone.
That's my whole
ocean,
point.
Right? Yeah.
This is 100, what'd you say, 150 feet? The depth?
At the deepest parts, it's 180 feet deep.
Okay, so 180 feet, the deepest.
Right.
That's deep.
Yeah.
But that's no ocean level shit. Yeah. So I find that to be very weird. Like one case, 2 divers, they went down, right? About like 50 feet in 1989. And when they went diving, they went down about 50 feet. All of a sudden, they find a human skeleton. And not only did they find a human skeleton, but the skeleton still has his rubber boots on.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he had his sunglasses on.
He had his fucking sunglasses on.
Oh my God. That's the theme. Don't wear your sunglasses to Round Valley, kids, because you'll be next.
Dude. So the guy had his rubber boots on. And even parts of his clothes were still on his body. So you're like, oh, okay, well, hey, that happens. Well, no, the dude went missing in 76. And this was in 89, 13 years later. And this guy is found. He's a skeleton, but yet his boots are still intact. And I understand they're rubber, so rubber does take a long time to disintegrate. But where are their bodies going? That's my whole thing. Okay? Yes, the cold water could make it hard for the body to deteriorate over time, and the clothes and whatever as well. But where are they going?
Yeah. Is
there like a hidden freaking village under there? Or like, is there a suction? Well, everyone is saying there's like some type of suction.
Well, there has to be something, because when they're searching down there for the bodies and they're using high-tech equipment.
Oh, yeah. So you're not talking they're just going down there looking with their eyes.
And they're not finding anything.
Nothing.
But then randomly
just pops up.
So a body will pop up.
Almost like the earth is releasing it.
Something.
Like a gas or what everyone has always said whenever they've witnessed anything. Because you're not just talking disappearance. I mean, not just people that disappeared on their own. Some people have committed suicide and their bodies, alleged suicide.
Right.
And their bodies have never, come up.
But that suicide is one thing, but I mean, that's a lot of cases.
Yeah. You're not talking one or two.
26 cases, and some of them are unsolved. Like the longest standing unsolved disappearance is from 1973.
Wow.
So 2 men were fishing on the lake. The boat was found capsized, and they found 2 yellow life jackets.
Oh, yeah.
The oar, the broken fishing rod.
Yep.
That was all discovered, but neither of them were ever discovered. That's actually the oldest unsolved one.
Yeah, and they used in 77, they used a battery-powered submersible that they usually use for like oil rigs and stuff.
Yeah.
To scour the bottom of the freaking lake. And yet they come up with nothing. And bodies are, at this point, not just 1 or 2, a lot of bodies are missing by 77. And they use this heavy machinery that they use in oil rigs, and they find nothing.
Wow.
Why all of a sudden, where are they going? That's the whole point. I understand, okay, they're popping up years later, whatever it be. The cold is preserving them. Okay, but where the fuck are they going? The cold isn't going to hide them.
Yeah.
The cold's going to preserve them, yes. The cold can make them drown, yes.
Is that list that's there, are those the people that have been found, or are those the people that are not found?
So this is what it says. It says missing, right? Which is Thomas Trimblett, 27, of North Arlington. He had disappeared in May 4th of 73.
Oh, this is the longest one that I was talking about.
Okay, so this is the first one, because these are in order, right?
Right.
And then also his friend, Christopher.
Right, they were together.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. It starts with a Z. From Jersey City. Both of them found, both of them disappeared.
In 1973. And that was, those 2 are the longest standing unsolved.
They still haven't found them.
Okay.
Right? Let me see. Hold up. Yeah, they still haven't found them.
How about Craig Steer and Andrew Fasanella?
Okay, yeah.
That was 1977.
Yep. They both went missing together. And then John Caboo.
Well, those 2.
John Caboo and Jeffrey Moore, 2 different times. One in March of 89 and one in October of 2293.
So, hold on a second. In 77, so Craig Steer and Andrew Fasanella.
Yeah.
They were in a canoe paddling, and they disappeared. Their canoe and all of their stuff was found 4 days later, but they were never found. In 1989, that's Caboo.
76. Who went missing in 76?
77.
Yeah, but there's someone missing in 76. This is weird. I read a story that said a guy went missing in 76. Two divers went in 89. They went down 50 feet and they found the guy. But I don't see a guy that went missing in 76. They don't know who it is, maybe. They didn't list him.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I don't see it here. I only see 77. I see 73 and then 77. I don't see 76. So, but the problem is a lot of these people, some of them wound up, but they don't know who they are because they were never reported missing.
Right. Some people were never reported missing, but some people
we have no idea. We have no idea if they, you know what I mean? So there were some people that, hey, maybe they were single and they didn't have family or whatever, you know?
So 73, 77, and 1989, that was John Caboo and Albert Lawson. They went on a fishing trip, never came back. Okay, their aluminum boat and a lot of their stuff was found that washed up on shore. Several months later, Lawson's body was found, but John Caboo has yet to be found.
Yeah, they still haven't found him. Wow, they used a freaking submarine in 06. A submarine, dude.
That is crazy.
And they still didn't find anything. Can you believe that? A damn submarine.
So out of all these people, now some of the bodies pop up years or decades later, but there's only 6 that have yet to be found.
Yeah.
And they randomly go out and they conduct searches and they send submarines and they use sonar equipment and they're constantly like trying to find these bodies.
And what gets me is they all have these explanations of why they capsized and why they drowned. Okay, and I dig all that. The winds and it's a small boat and this and that. Okay, but where the hell are the bodies?
Right.
So it's that simple. Happened? You can say all you want about how they drowned or why they drowned but where and why they're still intact and all that, but where are the bodies? If you're scouring a lake, like I said, I mean it's a big lake, but at the same time it's not like it's huge, you know, like
not huge.
It's not huge. It's big, but it's not like insane. You're using a freaking submarine. And you're not finding anything? Nothing? Zero? Zilch? That's a little weird to me. So the theories behind this, after we've told everything, right? The theories behind this is that this was possibly a Native American burial ground years ago before they made this. And that
before it was a farm.
Yeah, of course, before it was a farm. And that they're being pulled down by unseen forces. And then there's also theories of aliens, something hiding underneath the mud. Because apparently there is like some type of mud there that is like really, really thick. You know, my dad and husband have even said like, oh, they've gotten caught in the mud at times. But okay, understandable. The mud is not, oh, don't get me wrong, mud could be a bitch. But it's still, you could still, you know what I mean? You could still move around and look and stuff and you would find a body, you know? So, yeah. I mean, what else have you heard? Like the aliens? I mean, there's been so many different theories.
Well, obviously the amount of cases and the amount of deaths there is alarming. So like it has to make you think like, is
something right here?
Is something not right there? But I have to say, like, in our first podcast, when we talked about the Jersey Devil, we talked about the Pine Barrens, and like if you're in that area, like
you know about it.
You feel it. No, but you feel it.
You feel it, yes,
right?
Yes.
When you're there, it feels different. And that's the only word I can think of, that it just feels different.
Yeah.
Like something is not the same as, you know, when you're any other place that's normal. When we spent so much time at Round Valley as kids. I mean, it literally, like, it's part of our childhood.
Oh, yeah.
I don't ever remember feeling like, I don't like it here. I feel weird.
No, not until recently when that, something weird happened to me. That was the only thing. But I never did.
Well, but you should mention that story. I meant like a quick version of it.
So I went, like I said, in July. First time I've been there since I was a kid. Went with my kids, our good friends, and their kids as well. And I haven't been there, you know, since I've been a child. So I was really excited to bring my kids there. You know, I love bringing my kids to places where I went as a child, you know, going down memory lane and like, you know, and seeing how different it is. Oh my gosh, right? Since like the 90s, dude, this place is so different, Kim. When I tell you, it is nothing like it was when we went there, you know, like I remember pulling right up to the water with your car, you know, and now you have to walk and there's certain places, but whatever. So we went there just to swim. That was the deal. We were going to swim, hang out, go to the snack bar. So we had brought some snacks and stuff, but I said to the kids, I promised them I would buy them some lunch at the snack bar. They wanted cheese fries and like hot dogs or whatever, you know, and hamburgers. So I wanted to call my father because he was going to make dinner, and I wanted to let him know, like, hey, you know, we're going to be home for dinner. Don't worry. We're going to leave here in like an hour or two, but we'll be home in time for dinner because it takes us about an hour to get home. So I wanted to just let him know. So while the kids were eating with my friends, I wanted to sneak behind the, what the hell you call those? Snack bar? Yeah, fucking snack bar. What's wrong with me? I couldn't think.
The fucking snack bar.
A fucking snack bar. What the fuck's wrong with you? A snack bar. So I went behind the snack bar to smoke a cig at the same time too, you know, do my dirty deed. And I tried calling my dad. And when I first tried calling him, it was just like dead air. Yeah, and I look at my phone, I have full bars. So I'm like, what the fuck, you know? But hey, maybe something. I'm in the mountains, so anything can happen in the mountains with your phone. But I got full bars, so I'm like, shit. And then all of a sudden, the dead air turns to like, not a static, but this really weird sound. Almost as if when you catch someone else's conversations, like wires cross, you know, like that.
It sounds like robotic almost.
Yes, but this wasn't robotic. The voices were like I don't know how to.
That's like what you used to sound like. Remember when you had that? Oh my God, what was that?
Oh my, Magic Jack, the fucking Magic Jack. Holy shit, dude, that was robotic shit though. Yeah, that was like boop boop beep beep. Yeah,
Magic
like that shit.
Jack.
Fucking
oh
Magic
my God,
Jack, dude.
classic,
shit, classic. They still have that shit. You know that, right?
Yeah, but I remember when you had that.
Oh my God, it was horrible. It was fucking horrible. Horrible. I tried to save like.
I'm like, hold
$2.
on. I'd be talking to you, and all of a sudden you'd be like, I'm like, hold on, you sound robotic. It was so strange.
Fucking shit.
Anyway, carry on.
So, this wasn't robotic. It was like, and it wasn't a regular person's voice. I don't know how to describe the voice. It wasn't like a normal voice. The best way I can describe it is, I'm a weirdo, okay?
I know.
Hi.
There
was this thing years ago, right? So I don't know if you guys remember, if you use Skype. I'm talking maybe like, I want to say like 8 years ago, okay?
Okay.
I used to have a medical transportation business. It's a whole other story, but I'm just going to say this really quick. Whole nother. We used to use this app. Like we were bored, you know, waiting for clients and stuff like that with my medical trans. And my mom was alive at the time. Rest in peace, my mom.
R.I.P.
And there was this thing through Skype called crossover talk, right? And it was fucking wild, dude. If you guys ever have a chance, all you got to do is just go to YouTube and type in crossover talk Skype.
I'm going to do that because I have never heard of this.
Holy shit, yo. When I tell you wild, it's crazy. It's an ITC device. Basically, the man that created like the whole the ghost box and all of, you know, he created this online interface as an experimental instrument for like communication, you know? And it's called digital dowsing. Okay, that's the name of the company, digital dowsing, right? You would call and you were speaking to ghosts, the other world, you know? And some people didn't believe it, but let me tell you something, dude. I can vouch that it was some other shit. I can't even like, if my mother was alive, she would tell you. I had another girl that I used to drive.
But what if it was literally just like
a person just doing it?
Yeah, like somebody had access, and by connecting yourself to the crossover talk, you were allowing them access to send you sound or connect with you like on their end or something like that. Like you never know. And these hackers are crazy.
Oh, of course, you know. And the thing is that they were using, and I can't really say I know 100%. If some of you do know, you'll know what the hell I'm talking about. They use a ghost box type of thing. If you've ever watched this paranormal shows where they use that, like it searches different frequencies and you pick up different words.
Do they talk about that on Paranormal Exchange?
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Oh my God. Every time you call our podcast Paranormal Exchange, you blame it on Sam, but it's really your fault now. I'm just never going to edit it out.
You can't, you really can't. So when you call it, it's like this weird voice and I can't even explain it. You know, I can't explain how it sounds. So when I was making the phone calls up at around Valley, trying to call my dad, it's dead air. And then all of a sudden I start hearing that type of voice. And at first I didn't remember the whole Skype crossover thing, you know, like it's been years. So
but that's what it sounded like. It sounded like
the fucking T, dude. And I didn't realize it at first until I was driving home, and then I was like, whoa, and I got the fucking chills. So as I'm trying to call my dad, my mother passed away very, very suddenly, and a lot of unanswered questions. So I've always been interested in the paranormal, but I became a lot more interested since my mother passed away because you know, she's my best friend. I mean, I took care of her when she was going through rough times and she lived with me. And so I've always like wanted to talk to her. I just want to talk to her, you know? Yeah. So when this thing was on my phone and like sounding really creepy, I asked it something. Honestly, I can't remember. I was trying to remember, but I know it was pertaining to
because
my mother.
You were like freaking out in the moment.
Exactly. So you don't remember. Like when you get a shock and like you're like, oh, what the you can't remember exactly. But I remember asking it something pertaining to my mother, and it answered me. Whatever it was only like my mother would know, you know, and that freaked me the fuck out. I hung up on it. So I waited a second. I went to go make the phone call again to call my dad, and again, dead air. After dead air for like, I don't know, maybe like 15 seconds, it starts again. So I didn't say anything out loud. I thought it in my head. I said, oh, fuck this. I'm going to go back to where everyone is and I'm going to have them listen to this shit because this is crazy. Because they're like, it's freaky. It sounds weird. I don't know, man. I just had that feeling of this is some otherworldly shit and I need someone else to hear this so I'm not fucking crazy. So as I literally think in my head, all right, I'm going to go back to the front and let them hear this. And as soon as I took maybe 2 or 3 steps, and I think that at the same time I go to put my phone on speaker, it just stops. And then my phone call connects to my dad. And I'm like, holy shit, Dad, did you hear that? And he's like, hear what? And I'm like, you didn't hear that? And he's like, no, you called me twice. I said, oh, you heard me the first time? He said, no, both times when you called, it was just dead air. Which is weird, because usually when it's dead air on a cell phone, it's only dead air on your end, not their end, you know? Because, like, you're trying to connect, you know? But like I said, I had full bars. And what's weird is I didn't even think, like, I remembered being freaked out at the time. I was like, holy shit, I went back to my friends, and I told them, I was like, what the fuck? That was really weird. And I didn't even remember the whole Skype thing until I was driving home, you know, in my thoughts. My kids are, like, falling asleep and stuff, because it's been a long day. And I'm in my thoughts, and I'm like, whoa, it was familiar. And I remembered the whole Skype thing and I said, oh my God, that's where it came from, the sound, you know? It was just weird. And I'm sitting here talking to my cousin before we did this podcast and we're like, you know, it's so weird. You know, we really didn't like hear about this or, you know, growing up, we always told weird stories and we never heard about this. And then it just popped into my head. I said, holy shit, I completely forgot about this that happened like not even a year ago. It was just weird.
But you also like didn't put 2 and 2 together because we never viewed that place as a weird place. But the weird thing is as I was researching for this podcast, I always read the comments. Like when I read an article, I always scroll down because I always want to see, like, did anyone argue about this? Is there any tea? Whatever.
Exactly. And like stories too. I like reading people's experiences. Yes. I love that.
Yes. A lot of people said that they always felt a darkness there.
Yeah. One person said it was a healing ground.
Oh my God, I'm going to read that comment.
Yes.
I have it right here.
I don't feel that at all, dude. Like, bodies are disappearing. What are you healing?
This comment is crazy.
She's the only one, though, because everyone else was like, nah, dude, I felt something.
In the same paragraph, she says it's a healing, or he says it's a healing ground, and then also says that they felt it was weird, and that the place was trying to kill them. I'm going to hold on, I'm going to read this comment in a second. But I also want to touch on the fact that a lot of the comments also... There has been multiple comments I've read on several articles that people have said that they have seen strange lights and they felt like it was like alien sightings or UFO things. Of course, nobody has pictures of it because why? We live in a day and age now where like we always have our cell phones in our hands. If you
I can't understand that. That makes no sense.
If you see a UFO, you should get a half decent picture. Better than a half decent.
Because you freak out. Like you go in this like mode. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't know, dude. People have their phones in their hands consistently.
That somebody somewhere would have caught when there's all these sightings. And I mean, this is going over the years. Some people say that they saw the lights.
If it was like 20, 30 years ago, okay, you're not.
Yeah, like some of the comments did say, "Oh, I remember seeing a strange orange light that hovered over the reservoir."
No shit.
Yeah, in like the 90s or something like that. It's okay, fine. You didn't have a cell phone in the 90s. I got you. But, but there were several counts of that. So I don't know how everyone feels about aliens. If you're open to that, I think it could be a cool explanation. I
have a theory on aliens. That's a whole other podcast.
But it also doesn't explain, like the people that disappeared, or even the people that disappeared and reappeared later, somewhat preserved, were
what if they weren't in the water? Like, what if they were...
Cue the X-Files theme song.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Oh, God, I used to hate that, dude. When I was little, oh my God, you have no idea. That beginning with like the fake alien and shit, I used to hide under my dad. I fucking hate this
I just got chills.
Yeah, me too. I really did just get chills. Plus, we're also up in the air and it's pitch black in here.
Yeah, and it's cold.
I mean, it's not pitch black in here, but if you look out the window, you literally cannot see anything except your reflection. Yeah. So it's a little freaky.
Yeah.
And honestly,
it's a little on the colder side.
And it's like, what, like 10 o'clock at night?
Yeah.
2?
Ooh, it's 9:45.
9:45.
So I'm going to read this comment, though. So, okay, alien stuff aside, that is definitely a theory. But like I said, I have personally never felt any type of way while being there. But we were also kids, and like maybe we weren't thinking about that. You were there this past summer, and you had a weird experience. Yeah. I don't know if you felt differently. Like you said, you felt exhausted the next day, but like...
Yeah, and I've also said, because it was the beginning of the summer, it was July 1st, and it's a known fact that when you go to the beach, a person like us living in Jersey, and from our nationality being Italian, we have a deficiency in vitamin D. So when you go in the summertime, go to the beach, or you go anywhere where you're in the sun, you're always tired the next day. That's because, believe it or not, you actually overdose on vitamin D because you have a deficiency. So.
Yeah, so okay.
Let me
read this. This comment is like absolutely funny because it's.
I didn't read them either. I like skimmed through them, but I didn't. Yeah, so go ahead.
So this person leaves a comment on, I think it's like the Weird New Jersey article. I can't remember, but I mean I have it printed here.
Shout out Weird NJ.
Weird NJ, our favorite ever.
Love them.
Yeah. Okay, so this person comments, Round Valley has always been one of my favorite places to go. It's like a spiritual healing ground. You'll actually feel all recharged after spending some time there. I used to jump out in the middle while sailing, and we always jump off the kayaks and enjoy the crystal clear waters. That said, it also has a dark side to it. There were many times where I thought it was trying to kill me and not let me out.
What the...
Usually, on a nice, beautiful, calm day, out of nowhere, the water will go from calm to big swells and 2 to 3 feet whitecaps crashing over your boat with no wind at all. It's beyond weird. I would highly recommend not crossing in the middle. It seems to know and will try to take you out if it can.
Wait, so how is that healing?
It's safer to stay around the edges on the lake. It quietly waits for you to venture out. We have always called the one area the Channel of Death, where you have to cross where the dam is currently worked on. All in all, it's absolutely beautiful. Silent, no riffraff, great but hard biking trail, and the only way to get to the camps is to hike 1 to 6 miles.
Oh, no, that's beautiful, but you may die.
It's not like Spruce Run, calm, predictable waters and loaded with recreational boaters. It's more for the people that aren't afraid of the scary challenge and thrill. What? That does not sound healing, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
What is your definition of healing? Because my definition is not dying. I mean, that's just me. I don't know.
I mean, there was another article that said it had crystal blue waters, and I'm like...
First off, bro, I was just there. not crystal, not
Yeah.
blue.
Like, stop it.
Not at all. I mean, don't get me wrong. What she's saying, like, in the middle is scarier. Because where you go swimming, it's right off the shore. You're going
Right.
out maybe, like 50 feet, if
Yeah.
that, before they, like, rope it off and stuff. That comment was just fucking insane because
Stupid.
it really was. Like, 1 minute you're like, oh, it's beautiful and it's calming and it's
so healing.
invigorating. And,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh, well, you may die too, so yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
what the
I feel
fuck?
energized, but it's like, it tried to kill me and take me out.
Well,
Like,
that would
what?
energize the shit out of me too, bro.
I mean, lissem, maybe that's how much it fucks with you that, like,
yeah,
you
like,
just
you're, like,
can't
all over
figure
the fucking
out.
place.
Yeah.
Nah, I just think that person's crazy. And if you're listening to this, you're a crazy person. Just want to let you know that.
Oh my gosh.
You're actually kind of cool. I would really like
Yeah.
to meet you. So.
Are you sure one of us didn't leave that comment? I don't
Probably, maybe. In the middle of my sleep paralysis or
Yeah,
something.
in the middle of, yeah. Oh my gosh. But, so that's our tale of the Bermuda Triangle of New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Very strange.
It is. It's so weird.
Yeah.
What's crazy is if Weird New Jersey didn't post that, like, I probably never, would have heard of it. It was posted on Facebook.
Yeah, of all the times that we've ever been there, and it's so strange. Like I said, back in the day when we used to go there as kids, I mean, our parents never said anything. I mean, also listen, our parents were not the type that believed in stuff like that. Like they might hear a story and be like, "Oh, whatever."
My dad would tell tales, but at the same
Yeah.
time, he didn't.
In a joking way, like,
Yeah.
"Oh, boogie woogie," like not like
boogie woogie.
yeah.
My grandfather used to say that all the time,
Um,
and Kim says it so good.
Boogie woogie.
It's great. It was just cool to learn something about a state that we live in.
Yeah.
We know a lot of different stories in this awesome state, and it's cool just to learn something new.
Yeah.
It's just really dope, especially a place that we've been to so many times. And like, remember how you were saying like, oh, we
And
were
it's
there when
like-
we were younger, we didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, say you would have went to the Pine Barrens and didn't know the story, would you have felt the same way? I don't know.
I always felt weird. I went
But
there.
you knew the story though.
But I didn't know a lot of stories. There was no internet when I was a teenager, and I've been down there with like, my friends.
But we knew about the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, we knew about the Jersey Devil, but that was like everywhere. You know what I mean? Like,
but that's why that's what I'm saying. Maybe like if we would have knew the story, it would have felt creepier. I mean,
who knows? Maybe. But
who knows?
at
Who
the
knows?
same time, I'm just thankful that as a child, we never
drowned
found
and died.
or found a body. Like,
Exactly. And do you know that our cousin? I'm not going to say his name, but our cousin.
yeah,
Even though we have like 20 of them.
Yeah,
his friend with the red hair.
yeah.
He actually fell when we were fishing there when we were younger. And
No shit.
It was so weird because my cousin just crossed the same rock and he wasn't running or anything. And he just fell and freaking completely broke his whole entire shoulder blade. It's pretty wild.
What?
Pretty wild. Right. Yeah. There. And like we were walking across the rocks because like you used to have to like walk on rocks, like get to an area to fish,
Yeah.
And
you bring that up now. We were literally just talking
I
about
know.
like, weird stuff
I
happening,
know.
and you're like, "Oh, by the way, at the end of the podcast."
I just remember stuff. You could even ask, Aunt whatever her name is. I'm not going to say her name on here, but yeah, he went with us one time, and so did Joe.
Oh, that's so crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, he could have just slipped.
True. Or
someone was trying to pull him down.
Something was trying to pull him down. It wanted his sunglasses.
He wanted his sunglasses. I
Yeah.
think he really was wearing sunglasses too. I'm serious. I think he was
Probably.
wearing them backwards. I'm
Oh
not
my
even
gosh.
joking. Yeah, I mean, it's just cool. I'm not trying to be like heartless.
Yeah.
Because it's messed up. It really is.
Yeah.
Like, these poor people
20-something people, 23 people since the 70s have
It's such a
gone
tragedy.
missing.
And it scares me being that my father and my husband go fishing literally all the time.
Yeah.
Like they
go
fish.
do they go fishing there though?
Yes.
Well, maybe they should.
Well, no, they're not allowed to anymore. I told them that's it.
Yeah.
When I read that, I was
There's so
like,
many other places to go.
Oh, and
trout
there is.
fishing.
They go to like a pack-on. They
Yeah.
go up Round Valley.
Yeah.
Um,
No, that we are talking
that
about Round
is
Valley.
right.
You just said they're not allowed to go to Round Valley. Hello. So there's other places to go fishing.
Yeah, but I mean, it creeps the hell out of you because they have a little boat too. You know what I mean? And like, you don't think about it.
Well, here's the thing. Like like I said, with all the people that have gone missing there over the years, and the bodies showing up, whether it's months later or decades later, and the six people who are still yet to be found, those bodies eventually, I'm sure, are going to pop up somehow, some way.
Yeah.
And things continue to happen. I mean, those two bodies were just found a couple months ago.
I know.
So
that's why this whole thing came up.
It's why it all came up. So it's like,
insane.
it's still, the things are still being solved. Things are still happening. And so I just think we should we just won't go there anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm
good.
I'm good, thanks. Like,
Thanks.
my kids are literally swimming in a water that dead bodies were in.
Yeah.
Like, legit.
And literally the only history that, like, I can find in research about the land that it's on is that it was a farmland before.
That's it.
There is nothing going back. It just says that it was a farmland before. And
which is weird because, we have a lot of
very
information
vague.
about Jersey. Like, in Metuchen.
yeah, there's tons of history
Oh,
here.
yeah. Like,
everything is
all
documented.
the way back to Native American times where, a kid was kidnapped and you actually can go down there at midnight and see a ghost of a lantern and, like, a headless kid. And, it's awesome. It's really cool. But
everything
it's just
here
so
is
weird
documented.
that there's no documentation on that at
Right.
all. Considering that Jersey was actually pretty good. Like, my kid's school, used to be a hanging place. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
I actually have a picture of a ghost at the school. But anyways, that's one thing to share one time.
Oh my God.
But it's just weird that there is no documentation at all. So it's all hearsay. We don't know if there was
all the more
a burial
reason,
ground or...
That's all the more reason to think that something was there beforehand.
And doesn't like us being there because Jersey is known. I mean, not just Jersey. A lot of places are known for digging up mass grave sites.
Yeah.
Even within the past 100, 200 years. I mean, not even 100,
or it's just like
50 to 100 years.
Yeah. Or it's just like an energy hole.
Yeah.
Or it's just like a
vortex
hub,
or
a hub for aliens.
Who knows? Maybe there's like a world underneath it and they get sucked in.
Yeah. Or they just, it's their hot spot for like grabbing people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because my thing is, if it's the mud, you would find them in the mud.
Wait, what?
If the mud, because I was reading somewhere, it said like, oh, it's the mud that sucks them in.
Oh, yeah.
And okay, if it's the mud, their bodies would be found in the mud.
Right.
I don't care how deep the mud is, you're going to find a body.
And if it got sucked into the mud,
sonar,
how do they come out of the mud with their sunglasses on?
Exactly.
With the sunglasses on.
Sunglasses on.
Saying. If I have to really go with this and I have to pick one of those, I'm saying it's an alien hotspot.
Yeah, I'm saying paranormal.
You always say paranormal,
yeah, because everything is, dude. You don't know what I know. I know things. No, I'm saying. No, seriously. I mean, who knows? We don't really know. And it's freaky because this place is literally an hour from us.
Yeah.
Just like Devil's Tree. That is another story. We are so doing that for JERS-day. We're definitely doing Devil's Tree.
There's no rhyme or reason to our JERS-days either. It's just going to be
it's
like...
not like we're going to be like, oh... JERS-days are every week or, I mean, once a month. Eventually we will have a set schedule of JERS-days. But as of right now, we're still in the beginning process and we're just flowing with this shit, dude. We're just flowing
right now.
with
We're
it.
like on an every other week.
We're both busy moms, and it's hard for us to be like, we want to post every Thursday. That's what we want to do. I'm sorry, every other Thursday we want to post.
Exactly.
For now, and once we get our following up, we'll go from there. Like we said in the last one, we're always open to thoughts and ideas and
constructive criticism.
Yes.
Follow our social media, and eventually we will start a awesome group. And once we start a cool group, eventually we'll start a Patreon where we can do additional content and
do special episodes for people or
like
we'll shout outs. Or
one thing I was thinking of doing, and we were just talking about, we love documentaries, so we can do like reviews on documentaries.
Yep.
Like we watch so many, and
or depending, we can even put people on our show sometimes in the very future if they have like a crazy story or you know
definitely.
what I mean? Like at first it would be just us telling it, but then we could eventually bring you on, and there's the possibilities are limitless.
Yes, endless.
But Abnormal Exchange podcast, Facebook, Instagram,
Abnormal Exchange, Twitter, Abnormal Exchange, email abnormalexchange@gmail.com.
Like it's literally very, very easy. Like you cannot forget it, dude.
Yeah.
No matter where, just Abnormal Exchange.
Yes.
Bam. Done. Wham. Bam. Thank you, ma'am.
So yeah, with that, I guess we're going to head out and we'll...
fourth episode.
Yeah.
Holler.
All right. Catch you on the next one.
Peace.
Bye.